Welcome to yoga. Today we're going to be doing flow, so the water element, and all the universal elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, are present in yoga practice, and I don't always talk about them, but today we're going to focus on the water element, which is flow, and it's soft and fluid movement, and we practice it in vinyasa, which is just moving one movement, one breath, moving between poses like that. So, okay, so settle in however you'd like to do your centering today. It can be we're going to begin practice on our backs, but you are welcome to start seated, and then we'll just move to the back. So just see yourself in this space, surrounded by your other yogis. We're going to be sharing an energy, we always do. So bring your awareness inside. So close your eyes and we do this every practice, so in your own way, just see what's going on with you today in your body. Notice, perhaps scan, release any tension or tight places you notice. Just be aware of areas of your body that might need some special attention, compassion without judgment. And also notice your feeling mind, so emotions, and how we feel affects our interactions with other people and how you are in practice. So just be aware without trying to change it. Just be aware. And also notice the state of your mind. And now bring your awareness to the breath, and we're just gonna, in line with the flow of our water element today in the vinyasa practice, we're gonna do a breath work that's inhaling to a count of 3 or 4, slight pause, and then exhaling to the same count, 3 or 4, whatever your count is and tempo, and then a little pause after the exhale. So just begin by getting your tempo, your count, inhaling, whatever your count is, 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then a little pause, just a tick, and then the exhale. Same, about even, and then a little pause after the exhale. So just start with the evening out and the little pause between inhale and exhale. And now imagine that as you're inhaling, imagine the breath coming up the front of the body, little pause at the top, and then exhaling down the back, so it's like flowing, just a flowing breath, no extra effort, flowing up on the inhale, little tick at the top and then flowing down the back. Little pause, flowing up the front, just like that. Just lose yourself in the, see if you can just go with that flow. Letting it carry you along. Okay, couple more rounds. Just flowing, easy. And then let go of that conscious breathing, and but remember that flowing feeling, the evenness of your breath, inhaling, flowing right into the exhale. And take a moment to create an intention for your practice. So just think why you came to yoga today. And you might want to create an intention around that, so you get what you came for. And just repeat that intention a few times. And just let it go, but know that it's there to come back to if you need to focus. And we're going to start on our backs. So come onto your back. And stretch out long. Start with your arms down by your side, palms face down. And start by just flexing your feet, broadening your toes, spreading your fingers, press lightly into the mat. And then on an inhale, bring your arms up, overhead, full body stretch. Stretch your arms back and your feet toward out. So stretching in two directions. Nice stretch. One more inhale, stretch. Exhale, bring both knees into your chest. Hold on to the shins and just rock around on your back. And then we're going to do a little vinyasa here. So you bring your knees over your hips, and I have to put this right here. Okay, so vinyasa is one breath, one movement. So knees are over your chest. Inhale your arms over your head. Now, I'm sorry. The order of operations here. Start with your feet on the mat. Knees bent, feet on the mat, okay? Then inhale and bring your arms up overhead and toes up off the mat. So just about an inch. So you want to take a strong contraction of your belly. You're using your abs here to hold the toes up about an inch off the mat. Exhale, draw your knees to your chest and your arms down aside your legs. So that's going to be the movement. Inhale, arms up, toes come down to tap the mat. Make sure you're pressing your low back toward the floor. Strong core here. Exhale, arms and down, knees to your chest. So just back and forth like that. Inhale, toes go down. Exhale, if you want to lift your upper body toward your knees as you come up, that's an option. And then inhale, important to keep a firm core as you lower your legs. So this is firing up your core. But try to keep your breath even. And each movement is an inhale or an exhale. And the next time your arms come overhead and your toes tap, we're going to hold here. So lift your toes about an inch off the floor. Reaffirm, you bring your navel toward the mat, in and up, and breathe. A few breaths here, core work. Keep your navel pressing in. Okay, then bring both knees in, rock again, take a hold of both knees, rock back and forth. And we're going to open our hips a little bit. So, hands on your knees. On an inhale, press your knees forward. As you exhale, bring your knees out away from each other to the sides and around, meeting again at your chest. Inhale, push your knees away. Exhale, knees out to the side, back around, meet at the chest. Okay, so the inhale pushes the knees away. The exhale brings them out to the side and around. Very nice. Move with your breath. And then we're going to reverse the circle. So the next time your knees are in toward your chest, the inhale now is going to be bringing your knees out, around, and up. And the exhale brings them back toward your chest. So just the opposite way. Inhale, around like the outside of a circle. Exhale together right down the midline. One more breath like that. Okay, then bring your knees out toward the side, so toward your shoulders, and bring your feet up toward the ceiling. Happy baby. You can take hold of your big toes or your ankles or the outside of your feet, anything you can reach, and just draw the knees down toward your armpits or toward the floor. And you can rock here. It's okay to pull down on your feet or pull the knees down. Just rock around a little bit. Okay, then cross your ankles, take hold of the bottoms of your feet, and just rock up. Rock back and forth on your spine, and come on up. We're going to come up to all fours. If you'd rather come to your side and come up that way, that's fine too. So come on up to all fours. And wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spread your fingers. So that's the earth element, the foundation, connecting to the earth, pressing down, energy comes back up into your body. And start with a flat back. So lengthen out through the crown of your head, through your tailbone. And then, as you come to an exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, come into cat pose. And then inhale, drag your hands back to your knees energetically. Chest comes between your arms, lift your chin a little bit, lift your tailbone, cow. So just gently moving with your breath, opening up the spine through flexion and extension, just really gently back and forth. And then we're going to build this vinyasa, we're going to add a pose in between. Okay, so the next time you come to an exhale and move into cat pose, let your hips keep coming back into child, not to stay. Inhale up through cow and back, exhale to child. So we're just adding a child pose in here. Flow with your breath. Inhale up through cow, exhale, tuck and round back to child. Just flow. And let your breath initiate your movement. Keep going. Okay, then the next time you come up out of child into cow, tuck your toes and raise your hips up and back into downward facing dog, not to stay. And then inhale back to neutral. Exhale, round your back into child. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale into downward facing dog. So that is Earth Salutation. It's a vinyasa. So the inhale always takes you to center, all fours. Exhale takes you first time to child. Then inhale center, exhale downward facing dog. So just do a few rounds of that on your own. 4 breaths. So inhale, exhale, child. 2 breaths, I'm sorry. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Let's do one more round, flowing with the breath. Just let all the movements just flow together. And the next time you come to child's pose, just pause there. Just find any support you need so you can just sink into child's pose. So pause is an important part of practice and of life, taking a pause after moving around, doing things, just to recoup, to let everything just sink into the mat, feel the support of the earth and whatever props you might have. Come back to your breath, just flowing, inhale, maybe a little pause and exhale. One more breath. And then inhale, come back to all fours. Tuck your toes, come up into downward facing dog. Let's take a little pedal of your feet here if that is drawing you. Feels good.
Or just take a couple breaths in down dog, pressing into your hands, pressing down through your heels. Knees can be bent a little or straightened. Let your chest come towards your thighs, but round your shoulders out. So as if you're trying to externally rotate them. This gives a little more stability. And then look up between your hands, bend your knees, walk your hands up, your feet up between your hands, coming into a forward fold. So knees can be bent a lot or a little, whatever you're in between. And just hang. So here, draw your navel in and up to protect the low back a little bit, and then let the weight just hang. You can take hold of opposite elbows, hands on the floor, hands behind your legs. Just hang. Let the weight of your upper body just lengthen out your back. Yeah, swing your arms. That's good. Whatever feels good. And then bring your hands to your shins and lengthen out. So half forward fold. Press into your feet, lengthen out through the crown of your head, back through your tailbone. And then exhale, fold down again. And then take at least a little bend in your knees. And as you inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, fingers spread. Slowly, slowly, arms meet, hands meet overhead and right down the midline. Okay, we'll build a mountain pose. So we do this every time, so you know how to do it. Just make sure you start with your foundation, your feet. Spread and lift your toes. Find the balance between the big and little toe and the sides of your heel. And as you press down, energy of the earth comes up. You feel your kneecaps lift, your big muscles of your thighs engage. Now think of your pubic bones here, your hip, and just lift them up toward the ribs. Think of lifting them up. The other action is that you're tucking a little bit. And then bring your shoulders up to the ears. Round and back. Notice that chest, nice chest opening. Externally rotate your arms, palms face forward, fingers spread. Take your chin back just a little and lift up through the crown of your head. And now relax just a little bit. So you're not gripping anywhere. You're just holding that nice alignment. Lifting through the crown of your head, long body, neutral spine. Come back to that flowing breath. So inhale, flows up the front of your body. Exhale, down the back. Relax your jaw, your face, your neck, all around there. Teeth are slightly apart. Flow with the breath, just a couple more breaths, flowing. Okay, now we're going to do open your eyes. We're going to do a vinyasa, another vinyasa here, a standing vinyasa. So, on an inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bend your knees, come forward into a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. So this is like a basic half sun salutation. And we're going to do a couple more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up.
And hands down the midline. Okay, one more like that. And we're gonna add. Exhale down.
Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And now as you inhale, set your hips back, bring your arms up by your ears, chair pose, all the way up, exhale, around. So we just added one more part to that. So inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time, hips back. Inhale, arms up, chair pose.
Exhale all the way up and arms around. All right, one more. Inhale up. Flow.
Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose.
Exhale up and around. Very nice. Okay, now we're just gonna hold chair pose for a few breaths. So inhale your arms up. Exhale, set your hips back. Look to see that your knees are tracking over your toes. You can see your toes. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Reach, reach, reach. You can have your hands this way or any other things you want. Okay, so just take a few breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Maybe set down a little more. One more breath. This is, fire, building up heat, strength. One more breath. Arms come down. Okay, then just move your shoulders around. Yeah, way to go, Angela. Move any way you want. Just get it out. Shake it out. Okay, very nice. Okay, now just come back to Tadasana for a little pause. Pausing is important, a little kind of regrouping, coming back to the breath. So come into your mountain pose mindfully. And then just feel the energy from the vinyasa and the holding the chair pose. Relax your face, jaw, neck, just come back to that deep, even breath flowing. Okay, now we're going to do a vinyasa that has to do with balance, and we're going to add, like we did before. So start with your feet maybe a little wider, just a little bit more of a base. And spread your fingers, inhale, arms up, just a couple of sun breaths. Exhale, palms down, back to the heart space. A few more of those. Inhale up. Think about scooping up energy and bringing it right into yourself. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale, bring it in. One more time. Okay, now we're going to add a balance. So as we inhale, I'll just demonstrate, and our palms come up. When they get to shoulder height, we're going to come up onto our toes and then down like that. So, it's not a lead pipe cinch, so if, you can have a chair, whatever. So it's just practice, no worries. But this is a little bit of a vinyasa. Okay, so inhale, and the arms get to the shoulders, come up on, come back, drishti, okay? So that's a gaze point, that's something that's not moving. It makes a huge difference. So get your gaze, you can turn any way you want, get your gaze someplace, something that's not moving. and a soft gaze. So just kind of soften your eyes as you're looking there, and also firm your core up a little bit. So zip in and up. All right, so like this. Inhale, arms up, come up onto your toes, exhale down. So I'm not gonna talk, so just practice that. Move slowly and breathe. Keep breathing. Keep going. If you want to try holding in the raised position and breathing, you can. It's up to you. Just a couple more tries, practices. Very nice. And then come back to, and we're going to do a different breathing balance, or a different balance. Okay. So, let's see. You're going to let the weight come into your left foot, so come up onto your right toes. Hands can be on your hips or on a chair or a wall or whatever. Okay, so I call this tap toe. So you're just going to tap in front, weight's almost, and then out to the right, and then back, and then bring your knee up. Okay, so just moving like that, tap, 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 lift, whoops. Keep doing that. So this isn't, just keep breathing, but you don't have to time the movement to the movement to the breath. So if you want to just hover your toe, that makes it a little more challenging. Slow with the gaze again, same gaze. Okay, then let the right foot come down, move around, jiggle it out. I'll do the other side. So weight into the right foot. You can do your hands any way you want. Weight into the right foot up onto your left toes and just tap to the other side. Whoa. Okay, then bring your left foot down, move around, and let's try just holding the knee up. So one-legged, not moving balance. So weight into the left foot, take your right knee up, and just hold. Come out, that's fine. Just reestablish your foundation, light engagement of the core and your gaze. Okay, and then bring that foot down, and we'll try the left knee up. You can wiggle your ankle around if you want. Okay, and bring that down. All right, that was a lot of balance. Good job. All right, now we're going to do one more vinyasa standing here. So turn to face the long edge of your mat. Doesn't matter which way you're facing. Start in the center with your toes facing forward. Raise your arms to shoulder height and lift up through the crown of your head. So 5 directions of energy. Press down through both feet, out through both arms, Fingers are spread and up through the crown of your head. Just take a couple breaths here. Okay, then bring your hands to your hips. Turn your toes out. So pivot on your heels so your toes are out toward about 45 degrees toward the corners of your mat. And inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, bend your knees. So this is horse pose. Now look at your knees should be tracking over your toes. Okay? Don't let them come in. Just track over your toes. And bring your hands to your heart space. And on an inhale, straighten your legs. Bring your arms out and up. Scoop up that energy. Exhale, back into horse pose. Bring the energy up. Inhale, straighten and scoop. Exhale, palms down, knees bend. Bring the energy. Okay, a couple more times like that. This is simple vinyasa. Core is engaged, little tuck as you come down and bend your knees. You can look up at your hands if you want. Flow between the lift and the bend. Okay, the next time you come down into horse, bring your hands out to the side, palms facing each other. I think this is actually called goddess pose. So just like we held chair, we're gonna hold here. This is strong. Your legs are really working here. Make sure your knees are tracking over your toes. Take a little tuck in your tailbone. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, straighten up, bring your hands around. Straighten out your feet so your feet are parallel toward the long edge of the mat, toes. Lengthen up on the inhale, exhale, fold forward at your hip crease, keeping your back long. This is where you might want to use a block, coming into wide leg forward bend, hands on a block or the mat. Lengthen out. You might be able to walk your feet out a little wider. You don't have to. And then when you come forward as much as your hip crease, as your hips allow, then you can round your back, upper back, and bring your head down into a wide leg fold. Then bring your right hand under your nose, fingers pointing toward the left. On an inhale, take your left arm up, gaze up toward that hand if that works, for a little twist. And then exhale, bring the left hand down, fingers point to the right. Inhale, right arm up, twist to the right. Keep pressing into the inner edges of your feet. And exhale down. And then kind of heel toe your feet a little closer together. Come up halfway and lengthen out. And then on an inhale, press into both feet. Come up slowly, arms out and up. And hands down. And then walk your feet together. Very nice. And we can do one more vinyasa here. So actually bring your feet back out wide apart, long edge. We'll just do a quick. Take your left heel and pivot it back toward the corner, right toes toward the short edge. So we're gonna come into a warrior two. Start with your hands at your palms, at your heart space. And an inhale, bend your knee over your ankle, bring your arms out to the side. So take a look to make sure your knee is over your ankle, okay? You should be able to see your toes. And feet are either heel to heel or heel to arch. Arms are level. Take your gaze out over the middle finger of your right hand, warrior two. So take an inhale and exhale here. And then on your next inhale, turn your right palm up, left hand to your left thigh, and reverse your warrior. Exhale here. And then inhale back to warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, reverse. Exhale and reverse. So inhale takes you into the pose, and then exhale relaxes you into it. Keep doing back and forth between warrior two and reverse warrior. One more time. Flow. Okay, then parallel your feet, and we'll do that on the other side. So this time your right heel pivots back, your left toes toward the short edge. Start with your hands in the center, shoulders squared to the long edge. Inhale, spread your arms, bend your knee, sorry. You can do it a few times till you find just the right alignment there. And then take your gaze over the middle finger of your left hand. Lengthen up. Just take a couple breaths in warrior two. And then inhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale in the warrior, reverse. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, sink. Just back and forth, moving with your breath, flowing, graceful, soft, and fluid. That's the quality of the water element, soft and fluid. Okay, then parallel your feet, step your feet together, and we're going to come down to our backs. So it's a little vinyasa to do that. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bend your knees, come forward into forward fold. Bend your knees a lot, bring your hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your tailbone toward the ceiling. Then inhale to all fours. Bring your feet out to the side. And come on to your seat. And we'll come down onto our back. So start with your knees bent and just hold on to the front of your legs and just lengthen up. Bring your chest toward your thighs. And then reach your arms out, belly in. Slowly lower down onto your back. Okay, then we're going to do a twist here. So knees bent. Take your right leg straight up toward the ceiling. Well, actually, let's take both legs up toward the ceiling. We'll do this first. Both legs up, flex your feet, arms reach up too. And then begin to rotate your wrists and ankles any way you want. One direction, and the other direction. And then toes and fingers toward your head, toes and fingers away. So flexion of your wrists and ankles. Okay, then bring your arms back down by your side, bend your left knee, so left foot comes to the mat, right leg stays raised and lifting toward the ceiling. Then externally rotate your right leg so that the toes go out to the right. Bring your right ankle above your left knee, so this is the figure 4. You can stay right here, or you can draw your left knee toward your chest. Take a hold behind the thigh, and perhaps use your right elbow to gently ease the right knee away from your chest as you're drawing your left knee toward your chest. So the right foot is flexed. That was a protection for your knee. So just take a few breaths here, inhaling, feeling this area of stretch, exhaling, perhaps the left knee comes closer to the chest. No, don't force it, just allow it to release. And then inhale, and on an exhale, let your legs come over to the left. So keep the cross. Your right foot will come toward the mat, and your left knee will come toward the mat. Doesn't have to touch. Just bring both legs over to the left, keeping the cross. Yep, very good. Your arms can be out to the side with your palms face up. And we'll just stay in this twisted position for about another half a minute. So just release. Twisting is a nice compensation for any kind of poses. And this is a nice stretch for the outer hip as well. Okay, now inhale, bring your legs back up, keep the cross, keep your ankle above the left knee, and then on an exhale, bring your belly toward your spine and let your legs go over to the right. Okay, so they're probably hanging in the air. You can put a block or something under your knee or a blanket, or just let them hang there. Whatever's, or you can change, make any change so that you can just relax as much as possible into this twist. And remember to breathe. Oh, nice. Breathe, send the inhale into the stretch, exhale. Consciously see what can relax and release. Okay, then on an inhale, come back to center. Uncross your leg, bring both feet to the mat, and get re-centered. And we'll do the other side. So this time you're gonna raise your left leg toward the ceiling, externally rotate, turn the toes out, and then cross that ankle over the right, above the right knee. And then your choice, whether you wanna draw that left knee, right knee into the chest, or just find that really juicy, nice sensation place that isn't too much and isn't too little. Just take 1 or 2 more breaths, feeling that stretch and seeing if you can release a little bit. And then let the legs come over toward the right, keeping the cross, arms out to the side. Up. Yep, and just Take a moment to notice the difference in your sides, because our sides are usually different depending on which leg or hand is dominant. And just notice, always without judging, always with compassion. Make any modifications that allow you to get the most out of this pose. Pushing yourself and forcing is not going to help you get the most out of the pose. Just allowing your body to do what it's ready to do. Okay, then inhale back to center, keep the cross of your legs. Exhale, bring your belly in a little bit and move your legs over toward the other side. Slow flowing breath. Nice, easy inhale and exhale. Your body's not moving, but you're still flowing. The breath is flowing, even. And actually your body is moving, because you might be able to feel a little bit of release as you come to the exhale, as you let go. Your slow breathing signals to your body that everything's okay, that it can relax. Okay, now inhale back to center, uncross your legs, but keep them bent, and move your feet to the outer edges of your mat, or as close as you can to that, and let your knees fall together. And spread your arms out to the side, reach out, spread your fingers, and then cross your arms and let your hands come to rest on your rib cage. So under your in your armpits, in your armpits. So your feet are wide, knees come together, support each other, and your arms are crossed, hands to the side of your ribs or under your armpits. So this is called constructed rest pose. So if it's not comfortable on your legs, just adjust the width of your feet so it's comfortable. And with your hands, you can feel your rib cage move with the breath. Expanding, moving back towards center. So the body is moving with the breath. Just as we did in the vinyasa poses, we let the breath determine the movement. So now you can feel how the breath moves the body. Just try to keep your focus on that breath moving in the body. Flowing, just so soft and fluid. Okay, then, it's time to prepare for Shavasana. So if there's any movement or pose or anything that your body is calling for, maybe a happy baby, anything that feels right, go ahead and give yourself that time and movement. And when there's no rush, but when you're finished, you can move toward how you want to be for Shavasana. You can certainly stay in constructed rest pose for Shavasana. Use any props you want. I will come around and cover anybody who wants to be covered, or bring you anything you want. How you doing? Okay. Good.
I think I'm all right. Just fine.
Let me open it up. Yep. Oh, nice sun. Oh. How you doing? Okay. So just settle in. This is a little pause. Let your body integrate all the movements we've done, all the things we've done during practice. So just sink into the mat, feel the support. Know that you are safe in this moment and supported, and just surrender right to this moment. Each moment, breath by breath. Now gently bring your awareness back to the space and take any movement that your body's asking for. And come over onto your side if you choose, or come right up to sitting, but come up gradually. And just notice, as we did at the beginning, just look inside. See how your physical body is doing after practice. Notice your emotional state and the state of your mind. Perhaps revisit your intention. Come back to your breath. And then come up to a seat if you're not there already. And sit with a nice, tall, straight spine. Close your eyes. Just take 2 slow, deep, even flowing breaths, feeling as if the breath was flowing on the inhale up the front of the torso. Slight little pause at the top, and then exhaling down the back in a oval. One more breath like that. And then I invite you to bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at the heart space. Bow to your efforts today, to your willingness to come to practice for whatever reason. And the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in you, and thank you for trusting me to lead you in practice. Namaste. Namaste. So, off the mat, busy season.